And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at the Little Flower Shop from Steve Finn. Dr. Finn's games, probably best known for Biblios and games like that. Flowers. I like flowers. Flowers are beautiful. When I was a kid, my mom would take me to flower shows. I tend to buy flowers occasionally from my wife. She always seems very happy with them. And there's a truthfulness. There's a lot of pretty things in the world, but it's really hard to beat a flower. And when you walk into a flower shop, and I've been to some amazing ones, you walk in and the whole thing just, there's the smell, the sound, the sight, just how the whole thing looks. It's just a fantastic experience. Here you get to own your own flower shop. Fantastic. This is a drafting game in which you're going to have a handful of cards, keep one, and pass them on. I really like drafting games. Let's see what makes this one different. The game is going to take place over 3 rounds, in which case you're going to try to fill up this place with some beautiful flowers. Each player is going to start with 3 vases. These vases are looking for flowers. This one's looking for 3 very specific flowers. This is any 2 flowers, and this is any flower. When you put flowers in a vase at the end of the game, it's going to be worth points equal to the petals that are there. So you can have actually 8 vases. You can have 3, you can have 6 here on the bottom, and you can have 2 up here on these hanging from the ceiling. So on your turn, you're going to, each round of the game, you're going to draw 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're going to draw 7 cards. You're going to pick one, and then you're going to pass it to a player, either to your left or right, depending on which round it is. When you look at these cards, you're going to pick one of these cards to keep. And then you're going to, when you keep that card, you can either put it in play immediately if it's possible, or you can put it in your storage. You can only have 4 cards in storage, so if you take more than 4 cards in storage, you have to start throwing them in trash, in which case they're worth -1 point at the end of the game. If you take a flower and you have a vase that flower fits in, you simply put the flower in the vase. Easy enough. You can get more vases. Vases are easy. You just add them to anywhere around here. And if here's a flower and I don't have a vase for it, I just put that one in storage. I can do that. Sometimes you just get money. When you get money, you'll just stick it under your cash register like this. Each player has a cash register, and you have money. Why do you need money? Because you have hanging flowers. There's spots for 3 hanging flowers here. They each have a cost. This one here costs 5. You simply pay that amount of money if you have it, and you're hanging a flower there where it will be worth 4 points. If I don't have the money, I can again put it in storage. Oh, this is pretty awesome. These are the exact 3 flowers that I need to put into this flower pot here. So I'll put them like this. You also have order cards. Order cards let you sell flowers. So I have a single flower here in storage. I can sell it for $3, which I can take from these piles of money cards here, and again put it in my cash register. I could sell 2 flowers for 4, 3 for 5, or a vase for 2. I could even sell a vase full of flowers as long as the vase and the flowers match. And so that's pretty much it. As you go through here, you're going to see all sorts of different things. So you see more of the hanging flowers, and as time goes by, hopefully you're making your shop look really pretty as you slowly get the flowers to put into it, hang the different baskets of flour from the ceiling. Let's see if I can get some more out here to make this place, we're going to really jam this place up. And if you can get everything, they tell you that you can try to go for a perfect thing, which has 8 vases and 3 flower baskets, all with flowers. But that's going to be pretty hard to pull off. But once it's all done, you can see the board looks pretty good. After 3 rounds, whoever has the most points is the winner. There's also an optional rule, which I like. You'll see that there is some kind of that extra little flowery stuff that you put in things, the filler types. And at the end of the game, if you're playing with this variant, you can pick one of those types, and you get an extra point for each of that type that you have. Most points is the winner of the game. Every $5 extra that you have in your cash register is also worth points, and you lose a point for every card in your garbage can. There's no question that the game just looks absolutely gorgeous once you have everything out here. I like how the flowers, they slide right down into the vases. The vases fit right here on the table. Having the flower petals as points, I mean, this is just a gorgeous little game. The boards themselves are pretty big, actually. They're folded into the box with flowers on the back of them, and then you just place them in front of you. They look kind of plain when you put them out there, but as you can see, once they're full, everything looks a lot better. I just like the whole design of this game. These cards are small. Some people don't like small cards, but you need them this small to be able to put them in front of you. And the money and the cash registers, everything just flows very easily. It's also really easy to see what flowers, the flowers differentiating between them. Just really good components in this game. If we strip away the theme of the flower shop, I'm not sure this game really is that spectacular, right? It's just take this, I need this to match in here, so this, this card needs this matching card, and if so, I get points. For this, I need money, and so it has the basic trappings of a drafting game where you are drafting cards you want, occasionally maybe hate drafting a card someone else needs, but the theme, when you add it back in, really elevates it. We have so many drafting games out there of fantasy and orcs and goblins, and there's some more basic ones. There's sushi and things like that. But this one just has a really pleasing aesthetic. When we played this at the game store, people came by and were like, "What is this?" Because it's something that looks neat. And flowers, like I said, are really pretty. This whole game is just a pretty game. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. So that mixed with a good, solid mechanism of drafting. Like I said, the drafting isn't like mind-blowing, but it does work. And it has a sense of fulfillment because as you're doing this, you are building up this nice flower shop. And then trying to outscore everybody else along the way. And so, yes, there's the vagaries and randomness and things, sometimes the card you want isn't there. Sometimes you take a vase and say that vase needs a yellow flower and something else. Let's hope I see those two flowers come by with a yellow. And once you put that vase there, someone else will say, well, I might take these flowers myself and hope to find the vase for them later on. But the whole thing just comes down to it looks great. It plays well. It's easy to play. This is a great introductory game if you're trying to get people to play games in a hobby or play things like this. This is a game you can play with mom and dad and brother and sister at the family gatherings, and those are the kind of games to look for. It's interesting how big the box is for how small the cards are, but the boards and everything, and when it's laid out on a table, it feels like a smaller game than the box has. It's just a small little drafting game. But the cards and the aesthetics here kind of bring it to life. It's also very quick. We're talking 15 to 20 minutes. That's a really nice round for this sort of thing, but it lets if you feel like you're making meaningful decisions. So, hooray! Something that feels different, something if I see it on the game shop, at the shelf at the game shop, it's going to feel like a different style game than the other ones, and it's not that different, I guess, in how it plays, but it just looks and has a kind of a great gift. I'm excited to see different kinds of themes, and this is a good one. Dice Tower Judgment approved!